life force and the energy of the matriarchy, the magician, the the energy of the and I'm going to do this my own way, and I'm gonna throw somehow MG Tao under the bus. I'm gonna crush all of the uh, absurd notions everywhere with this little talk here. So somebody asked me about, can the woman's energy be crushed or removed um, by the sense of not interacting with the male? And yes, that's absolutely true. There's both. It's the old saying of you can't live with them, you can't live without them. It's a very simple structure. But when it comes to the concept of the woman, because these male and woman, it's both a concept, it's a construct, it's a belief system. Yes, I'm going to go that far in saying that male and female is a belief system, because it has to do with a belief system which is matriarchy, a belief system is patriarchy, a belief system of introverting and extroverting. Introverting is feminine, extroverting is masculine. The um, the way that the male system, because at the beginning, what I attempt to teach about, what I hope people understand and then are able to create from, is the mind is androgynous. The mind is not only androgynous, but it started. Androgyny only exerted itself after the concept that the mind existed first. The mind is the all thing, the everything, the whole thing. And the whole thing is infinitely nothing. So the mind is nothing. And then that nothingness made itself, which became narcissistic. And then narcissism became then the belief system that something had to be outside of itself. The first thing was what life is. The second thing is what life is outside of yourself. Because you are life. I don't care how terrible, disgusting, filthy, weird, strange life is. You are you, and then there's what's outside of you as soon as you open up your senses. Your senses are internal. Your senses are internal, and then they become external. I feel this way, and then you experience reality which seems to be outside of yourself. Those are masculine and feminine traits. Masculine is exerting itself. It is a system of, look at right now. What's going on in the news? Here, let's turn this into a fun little topical subject. The men are totally fucking harassing sexually everywhere. Why are they so harassing the women? Okay, let's be real simple here. Shut the fuck up, stop bitching, because if you're a woman, you know what delights you is the fact that somebody would go home and masturbate thinking about you. That delights a woman, because a woman is internal. A woman expresses herself by ingestion. Women love to suck a dick. Women love to ingest by taking the energy of a man. And that's the system. This is not a downplay, because a man would, for the most part, what we have is a receptive experience. Can you listen to me? Can you receive me? That's what the man does. But the feminine in this whole system, we've watched the whole thing become. When we say inverted, what we mean is the opposite of. A woman is inverted because a woman is black magic. The black magic is the black magician, the mother, the system which ingests or sucks in or participates in the energy of the white. So the black and white checkerboard of masonry, the black and the white is the masculine, which is the semen, and the femininity, which is the black succubus, magic, magnetic nature of the feminine, which pulls something in. So in society right now, what we have is the opposite. Women being what they call it now. It's a fakeness. Is that the woman wants to be in control. She wants power. I mean, men and women, neither of us have power to any degree until you're enlightened. Let's just be honest here. Light is power, and light is not masculine or feminine. So people can shut the fuck up about what they think they know about control, dominance, submissiveness, and power, because they're different things. Power is power. It has nothing to do with dominance and submissiveness. Dominance and submissiveness is in an interjection to the control archonic force of what is light. Light is what allows us to see and participate in the illumination and the query into the darkness of light. Because as the perceived masculine force finds its way to traverse the universe, the darkness, we keep moving as light. Masculine has a tendency to believe itself to be light, thus right, thus the righteous, thus the right, the Reich. You could even play that game. And the feminine is what's left, and we can play with the left and the right brain here. One is passive, one's aggressive. And what we've seen is the inversion of that, which means the opposing principles of flipping it around. So, does the feminine nature? I don't remember the question per se. It was a delightful journey to go on into the vast pretenses and perceptions of what things should be. But in reality, in actuality, in the real substantial world that exists around the mind, because the mind is illuminated with light, which is nothing. There's nothing and everything, and that's the masculine and feminine version of dark and light. Even though black and white exist inside of everything, which is illuminated by the sun, which allows you to see the things that are all black. And that's the thing, there is no black, there is no white, there's just illumination of what's outside of the boundaries of the concept of the mind. And the mind has no sex, but we like to perceive it as masculine and feminine. And so everybody's like, well, the masculine thing and the feminine thing, and where we are right now, and then looping it around, if I can try to put some sort of character traits on the concept of words. Words don't have a sex, do they? As I'm speaking here, you assume that I'm a male creature. That somehow, because I have a tongue which represents the dick, and I have a mouth which represents the vagina. Do you see that? Do you see the tongue is the penis and the mouth is the vagina? So every time you speak, you're having sex with something. And right now, I'm having sex with my tongue and my mouth are, So there's one inversion of the concept of the masculine and feminine, and I'm fucking the shit out of your mind right now. Because my voice, which is receptive to you, is perceptive to you and receptive to you because I'm speaking it, which means I'm pushing it forth as a godlike creature. So whatever you're doing right now is goddess. You are the goddess to my God nature. Now, there's plenty of times I'll push a button, I'll watch a video, I'll listen to this, and I'll be the goddess, because I'm both God and goddess. It's more easy for me to say, it's more easy for me to believe that I'm a god, because it tends to be that I'm pushing in your bush, I'm pushing my energy. It's a masculine male trait, but we found ourselves in a society that adores the masculine because the last society that we live in, we bowed to, we submitted to the feminine, and we're watching that happen a lot, which is, if I go back to the beginning, MG told men go their own way. Well, that's bowing to what the woman wants. It's like, the woman could give a fuck about a man that will go their own way, because simply the woman can have whatever the fuck she wants because she's a receptive source. And she goes, the woman is the in-breath, the man is the out-breath. You see, the woman that you don't want, the woman that you had for 10 years, you know, somebody was fucking Angelina Jolie before Brad Pitt and then got tired of it and was like, oh, could you imagine what they gave up? No. That got old. That was old practice to the masculine concept. So even though it's to you, to the concept of the masculine and feminine, the inversion of you got rid of the thing that was so, look at that. I outwardly can see that that's an amazing thing, but hey, that gets old to anyone. So these concepts of MG, man, go your own way. You know why? Because that is in essence femininity. It's a feminist. MG toe is the response to feminism, which in every way is feministic. A man that would just go his own way, bitch. Here's what you are. If you're part of MG toe, you're a fucking bitch. That's truth. Because you know what a man does? What the fuck he wants. And you know what a woman does? What the fuck she wants. That's called being a god and goddess. But MG toe is a response mechanism which makes you a fairy. I've never in